welcome back, and I'm excited to hear more from Dori Van Loan of Land Title Guarantee. Dori is going to talk about closing, the title commitment, what you can expect when you get to the end of the process and the ownership of the property transfers to the new owner. This is of interest obviously to both the buyer and the seller. And what we've been trying to do in this entire FSBO resource is that if you make the decision to sell for sale by owner, to be able to look ahead and see what is coming down the road so that you can prepare yourself. You can sell your home by yourself when you do for sale by owner, but you don't have to be left out in the cold. There are professionals who are willing to help you and will help you in the process. Dori Van Loan is one of those, or any other title person is qualified to help you with certain parts of the process. So let's get back to Dori Van Loan with more information on closing and funding on your for sale by owner. Dori, there is a lot of information during the process, and a lot of it when it comes to doing the title. Do you have any kind of information that you give out to somebody considering a for sale by owner?
Yeah, at Land Title we are very experienced with dealing with all types of transactions, and one of those being for sale by owner transactions. We have put together a packet to help you out with all the pieces of paper that you need to handle your own transaction.
Okay, so Dori, let's just say I select Land Title and you and your services to help me out with the transaction, whether I'm the buyer or the seller of a for sale by owner home. What happens after I hand you the contract and the check?
Once you get your contract and all the pieces of paper are signed, every page, and you have your check in hand, you bring it into the office. At that point, an order is entered with all of the dates, and you will receive a title commitment.
Dori, when looking over a purchase contract, I think a lot of people will notice that there are many items listed that they need to take care of, and there are dates associated with that. Is that correct? And how do I keep track of those?
It is correct that there are several dates that are required, and in light of that, we have put together an actual 2009 date guide that you can use as a reference when filling out those dates. When you're looking at filling out the contract, there are several dates that you need to pay attention to, one being an appraisal deadline, a title deadline, a loan application deadline. These are important dates to remember, and the date guide will give you a good example on what to do in that area.
Okay, Dori, so I'm from the mortgage business, and I'm familiar with the process of going through the loan process and making sure that someone is qualified and gets all the documentation in order to fund the loan. From your end, what happens once they are ready and the loan documents are sent to you?
Once you receive your title commitment, either via email or if you want to get it in hard copy in the mail, there will be a bunch of different requirements that you will see on there. I always get questions on what I'm supposed to do and what this means, but it will show you items that need to be paid off, or tax certificates that might be required, and various other options and opportunity or other requirements that come up. Please feel free to call and we can help you with any of those items that need to be taken care of in order to give you clear title to transfer to somebody else. After all of the requirements are met and the lender is identified on who's going to be funding this loan, the closer and the processors will put together the entire package, and a closing date and time will be set. If you are the buyer, you will be told how much money you might need to be bringing in on top of your loan. If you are the seller, you will get a copy of what we call a settlement statement that goes through all of your debits and your credits, and at the bottom it will tell you how much your proceeds will be or how much money you might have to bring to the closing table. Okay. On the day of closing, if you're either the seller or the buyer, you will need to be bringing some form of identification that has your picture on it. Usually takes, the normal sale process usually takes an hour and a half to complete. And the closer, at that point, the escrow officer will conduct all of the signing of the papers for the buyer and the seller. So plan on about an hour and a half to come in and do your real estate closing.
Dori, with all the goings on in the mortgage business and real estate crashing, etc., a lot of people are concerned. How can I feel confident that Land Title will be around to take care of everything I need through the closing?
Land Title has been in business for 42 years. We're locally owned and operated, very financially stable company.
And now, Dori, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What is your background?
I have been in the real estate industry for 19 years, and anywhere ranging from being a home builder to now being a sales manager for the title insurance industry. Buying and selling a home is one of the most important things that you'll ever do in your life. And even if you feel like you're going to do it on your own, you're not always going to be on your own. There are people to call that can help you, that are very knowledgeable, and Land Title is more than willing to help you out with that.
Okay, I think it's quite obvious to see Dori Van Loan's enthusiasm, and that's the approach she takes when dealing with customers and associates. Throughout the for sale by owner process, you'll find, as we have spoken to realtors, home inspectors, mortgage people like myself, that there are many people who are willing to help you. So while the for sale by owner choice is a lot of work, it doesn't mean you're left out in the cold. There are plenty of good professionals to help you out. You can find some of them on this website through this resource, or contact me, Steve Higgins, known warmly as the Boulder Lone Ranger, and learn more about the for sale by owner process and getting the help that you need.